What's going on? It's a whole new day. Spring is finally sprung. Decided to finally soak in the sun after being stuck in lockdown for a whole year. Soaking in that sweet serotonin, you know, beating that seasonal depression. Do you smell that? Do you smell that? That is fresh air. The sun has arrived. Spring has arrived. And I don't feel like death anymore. So I thought I'd come out here and survive off the land, completely off the land. You know, I brought nothing but my camera bag and a bottle of water, and that's it. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna be out here for like an hour, maybe two, you know, 45 minutes, probably. I didn't stretch. So, there's that. I would love to tell you how I survived during lockdown, specifically how my brain survived during lockdown. Look, all I'm saying is that I watched a lot of television in lockdown. I mean, we were indoors. You can only play board games so much, do a puzzle so much before your dog starts to eat it. So I'm out here in the surviving the wild to tell you how I survived the indoors. My top 5 choices that I watched that hopefully you will then watch. I'm talking about things that span from years ago. I think the earliest on my list started in, I don't know, 2014. I know that's not that long ago, but you know, I should have been up on those things. So I watched so many things, guys. So many things. I tried to make a list, and I think I made half a list and then cried. Here we go. I am Brandon True. Welcome to the wild. Found a log to sit on. It's a nice log. Coming in at number 5, WandaVision. First of all, if you haven't watched the MCU, what are you doing with your life? Like, just go have a marathon. It'll only take you about 6 years. Freaking Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany just blow it out of the water, but they're not who I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about Jack Schaefer and Jess Hall, because dang, did they create something extraordinary, okay? Jack Schaefer is the creator, and she had a vision, a WandaVision. Sorry, that was terrible. That was terrible. I will refrain from ever using those jokes ever again. The combined sitcom with the MCU, which is this just action-packed, boof, you know, just explode in your head series that's incredible. In these characters, they finally developed their backstory, like Scarlet Witch and Vision. They really just devoured into them. It literally is a sitcom. It's based on like different eras of television and combined to make this one TV show. Jess Hall, the cinematographer, he went to NYU. He's from the UK. He used custom lenses to make it even feel and look like actually we're in those decades, including the lights. They use different lighting. It's just, they put so much thought and effort into this show that it is just a go-to watch. It may end with another light beam to the sky, big battle fight, you know, but it's worth it. All those theories don't pay attention to any of the theories on the internet. Ralph Boner. Anyway, number 5, WandaVision. kind of cheating, okay, but it's a twofer. It's The Haunting of Hill House, and it's season 2. I say that in quotation marks because it's not following a story, it's a separate story, but same creator, Mike Flanagan, some of the same cast, just different roles, you know. Haunting of Hill House and The Haunting of Bly Manor. Not a horror buff, okay? Not really into it because usually for me it's the story's not there, or it's just, you know, something to get the spooks. I'm not a big jump scare kind of person. The haunting shows, Mike Flanagan's haunting shows, revered by Stephen King himself, the shows are just so well put together in my opinion. The cast is great, the story is great. The first one, Haunting of Hill House, it dives into this family and the house that they grew up in. You're seeing the flashbacks of when they were children, and you're seeing their themselves in the present as adults, and like how they got to this point. Like it converges at the end. It's not overly scary, but they do it in such a way where you're just on the edge of your seat. I mean, the bowler hat man, the bent neck lady. If you haven't heard these names before, I urge you to go and watch this show, The Haunting of Hill House. It's incredible. The Haunting of Bly Manor, in my humble opinion, is better. I know a lot of people do not agree. A lot of people are like, Bly Manor, it's a little less... You know what? No, wrong. I disagree. I think Bly Manor's story was loads better. It wasn't as scary. Like, there wasn't, like, ghosts haunting them all the time. But the story was there. And the characters you believed in and you felt for. And by the end, you're just go watch it. I don't want to. It's my favorite horror show. If you haven't seen these shows yet, which I waited so long to do, Haunting of Hill House, Haunting of Bly Manor. It's number 4. Okay, so I know that I lied about surviving out here, but I just fell down a hill. Number 3 on my lockdown survival TV list is... Came out in 2014 and ran to 2017. Black Sails. It is about pirates. It is essentially a prequel to Treasure Island, the Robert Louis Stevenson book / Muppet film, starring so many characters like Long John Silver. He's the peg leg pirate. Captain Flint, so good. You don't know if you love him or you hate him or you want to follow him or you want to make him walk the plank. Why am I holding a stick? Because this show has never made me want to be a pirate more in my entire life. It's not all arr and matey and eye patches. In fact, there's none of that. It's straight up piracy, and you're rooting for these bad guys. Captain Charles Vane, Jack Rackham, who is one of my favorites, and Bonnie. It's not just a show about pirates. It is essentially a goddamn freaking love story. It's just like love story upon love story, and what would you give up, and what would you be, and who do you want to be, and what do you want to do? What legacy do you want to hold? They own the 7 seas, alright? I mean, even Blackbeard makes an appearance in the show. My girlfriend won't let me have a real sword. She probably would. I didn't ask, you know? But if I had one, I'd become a pirate. I also like to give one special shout out for this show, and not the creator this time, or actors, or cast, or writing, but Bear McCreary. He himself looks like a real life pirate. If that offends you, Bear McCreary, I'm so sorry. I'm a huge fan. He does the music on the show. He also does the music on The Walking Dead. If you haven't watched Black Sails, he is just so good at what he does. He brings the world that you're watching to life with music. I mean, I don't know how to describe it. It's just that wow factor. You got it, Bear McCreary. You've got it. Go watch Black Sails. Highly recommend it. It's on Hulu. Alright, sun's getting real low. So here we go. Number 2 on my Survive Lockdown TV list. It might be cheating, but who knows? It's my list. I can cheat. There is no cheating. Number 2, Hamilton. It is a global phenomenon, and for good reason. I was brought up in musical theater. It's in my heart, it's in my soul, and Hamilton is just so powerful. It's on Disney Plus. Disney spent $75 million on the right to Hamilton. That's a lot of money. In their defense, Disney Plus subscriptions jumped 74% at Hamilton's premiere, so it was probably worth it for them, as was the world's, because I couldn't afford to go see Hamilton when it was on Broadway, and I hope they get back to it soon, but I got at least to see a filmed version of it. The version on Disney Plus was filmed in June 2016 over the course of 3 days. I believe it was filmed first in front of a live audience, and then they spent the next day doing like close-up shots just with an empty house, and then on the third day they shot again in front of a full audience. Lin-Manuel Miranda, what a job, man. He needed it to be perfect. Did you know it took him 1 full year to just write the song My Shot? A year to write My Shot. It took him 6 years to write the entire rest of the show because it had to be perfect. Dang, Lin, I'm glad that you took your time, because fantastic. Shout out to Daveed Diggs, who was incredible. He played Thomas Jefferson. Those of you who don't know, who haven't seen it, they double cast the roles from Act 1 and Act 2 for some of them. They did such a good job differentiating their characters between the 2 acts that it just flows and works, and somehow those 2 characters are still connected. It's worth it. Go subscribe, go watch it, and support Broadway and theater and actors, please. You know when the last time I fell was? I have no idea. Do I like falling? Is that weird? Alright guys, here it is. My #1 TV survival guide tip. It is Money Heist. It centers around a group of thieves, robbers, if you will, who plan the perfect robbery of the Spanish Mint. If you haven't seen it, it is on Netflix. The show is in Spanish. Netflix dubbed it into English, so if you're not into that, get over it. I don't care. The dub is good, and the show is even better. The show is written so well. There's Denver, there's Tokyo, there's Helsinki, there's Nairobi, there's the professor. They're all, it's just so good. The show itself, it filmed in Spain, and it was shown in Spain for 2 seasons, and it didn't really pick up. It was basically condemned, and then here comes good old Netflix. Netflix bought Money Heist for $2, not $2 million, not $75 million like Hamilton. Netflix bought La Casa de Papel for $2. I could have bought Money Heist, but I would not have bought Money Heist because Netflix revived the show. It is the #1 show in 6 different countries. It is the #1 non-English speaking show in the United States. The show is amazing. Every episode that ends, you're just like, oh, give me more, oh, give me more, you know? And the whole idea of it is to get the people on their side about robbing the Spanish Mint, about cheering for these criminals, and they succeeded because I am cheering for them. If you haven't watched it yet, go now, because season 5 is coming, and it will be the final part. But all great things must come to an end. #1, Money Heist. Alright guys, if you like this video, give it a like. I think those YouTubers say smash that subscribe button. That seems violent to me. You can gently tap it if you want. This was very cathartic. Made me feel great to get outside once again and do this. I don't know, feels like something that I wanted to do. Leave me a comment below of the shows or movies that got you through lockdown, and maybe I will watch them as much as I want you to watch my top 5. Leave a comment or just tell me what you did during lockdown. This is where I'll do one of those big, cool, you know, and then edit it later to fade to black. I don't know. Yeah, I'm new to this.